Speakers has been closed. I would like to inform you that the list of speakers has now been closed. As is our practice in the Council, we will start by hearing from the delegation of the country concerned. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Eritrea.
Thank you, Mr. President. My delegation does not wish to waste the time of this august body to indulge in acronymous exchange with the Special Rapporteur. The selective bias inherent in the so-called testimonies and that she brandishes the lack of professionalism in her overall approach, the political bias and the agenda that has made her recycled report are these days too well known and acknowledged by a growing number of governments and neutral bodies. In this respect, we see no dividend in dwelling on the statement. Last year alone, 112,000 Eritreans in diaspora visited their homeland as part and parcel of their routine vacations and also to celebrate the country's 25th anniversary. When the Special Rapporteur issued its vitriolic report on Eritrea, the biased testimonies of some 250 or so asylum seekers of dubious credibility, over 42,000 Eritreans wrote to her protesting against the unfounded and politically motivated vilification campaigns on their country. But the Special Rapporteur is avidly obsessed with advancing the agenda of regime change of notorious quislings in foreign countries. Indeed, she has no time to listen to the people of Eritrea. In the circumstance, the humble request of the Eritrean delegation to this august body is to end this charade once again and by terminating the mandate. Mr. President, let me avail of this occasion to briefly highlight two matters that have a bearing on the subject matter. The first is the risk of politicizing the Human Rights Council by resorting to country-specific instruments which are not productive and constructive. This practice is fraught and with the risk of resuscitating the malicious and follies that rendered ineffective the predecessor of the body 11 years ago. In the event, Eritrea appeals for clarity and universality of methodology and neutrality of instruments that the Human Rights Council employs. A related subject is the right of status to be elected as member of the Council. The current practice bars status under special procedure from considering for membership of the Council. In the event when the original accusation itself is flawed, the practice entails double injury to the parties concerned, especially in the absence of rigorous criterion for assessing the eligibility of the candidates. Accordingly, Eritrea requests for a thorough review of this procedure. Other critical procedural issues relate to the 5-minute response time for a country under special mechanism. This is no fairness and parity when the accused party is restricted to respond in barely 5 minutes to lengthy report, sometimes 500 pages long from the plaintiff. Another procedural hurdle which affect negatively a country under special mechanism is the denial of concerned observer state to react to a resolution where another observer state is privileged to table a resolution, with procedural matters impact negatively in concerned state by restricting latitude for greater discussions and generally undermining fair play and level playing fields. Mr. President, let me now turn to progress on fast-tracking human rights in part of the overall development programs with the focus on the implementation of the UPR working group recommendations that my government has accepted. 1. National service. As explained in various previous occasions, the prolonged national service has been imposed on Eritrea due to the threats of war that continue unabated. The state of affairs notwithstanding, the government of state of Eritrea has introduced in the past 2 years a raft of measures, including harmonization and substantial increments on the civil service salary scale. As a result, national service members, the majority of whom are assigned to professional and civilian tasks, as well as those who remain in military, are obtaining remunerations that are congruent with their professional skills and occupational service. The government also continues to demobilize female member states as a continuous effort. Mr. President, on legal issues, the sensitization campaign on the revised Eritrean civil and penal codes and their procedural codes have continued to be undertaken in a rigorous manner through public meetings, weekly TV, radio programs, as well as constant columns in the printed press. The the campaigns will consolidate public knowledge and full awareness of the laws of the country to enhance the rule of law. UPR. Coordinated efforts and expand government engagements and cooperation have been stepped up. The first coordinated yearly evaluation was conducted in December 2016 in Asmara, the capital. The evaluation has led to planning on wider scale by critically assessing the ongoing progress. Agreement was reached to fast-track and undertake a midterm formative evaluation in May 2017. This will enhance continuous follow-up and preparation for the third cycle of the UPR report. In general, significant strides have been made in the implementation of many areas, in particular in the administration of justice, in areas of development and social equality, in penitentiary system, in engagements and international cooperation. For cooperation with UN. Cooperation in the implementation of the UPR.